Okay, problem number 11. Two lines represented by the equations below are graphed on coordinate plane. I don't see a coordinate plane, so we're not even going to use it. Let's see what they want us to do with these two lines. Which statement best describes the two lines? Answer choice 1. The lines are parallel. Well, that would mean they have equal slopes. Answer choice 2. The lines are the same line. Well, if they're identical, that means their equations would be the same. Answer choice 3. The lines are perpendicular. Well, if lines are perpendicular, their slopes are negative reciprocals of one another. And then answer choice 4, that one looks kind of confusing. The lines intersect at an angle other than 90 degrees. Well, let's break it down. The lines intersect. Well, that means it's not parallel, and lines intersect at an angle other than 90. Well, if two lines cross at an angle not 90 degrees, they're not perpendicular. Number 4 is just a fancy way to say neither parallel nor perpendicular. That's all answer choice 4 is saying. And because I've done so many multiple choice tests in my life, I got a funny feeling answer choice 4 is going to be the correct answer, simply because of psychology. They build these tests to assess math and to see how confident you are. Most students will shy away from that, and they'll kind of rely on what they definitely know and make a best guess. But even if you didn't know what number 4 meant, let's pretend we don't know what it means. Let's see if we can still do this problem. Alright, I'm only doing this problem saying I know what parallel is. I know how to tell if lines are the same, and I know how to do perpendicular. So to do these, we're going to need to know the slope for each of these lines. So x plus 6y equals 12. And my other line is 3 times x minus 2 equals minus y minus 4. So let's solve for y for each of these. The first one, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I'll get 12 minus x. Divide both sides by 6. And I'm going to get y equals, so that 12 over 6 becomes 2. And then there's really a hidden 1 here. I meant to do that in red. Really a hidden 1 here. My slope, I'm going to rewrite as minus 1 over 6. Then I'm going to write that x. And I'm doing that so it's clear here, right? The number next to my x, the coefficient on x, that's my slope. And that happens to be negative 1/6. The number all by itself is b, the constant. And that's 2 in this equation. So this first one has a slope of negative 1/6 and a y-intercept of 2. And the next one, I'm going to have to do a little bit of math. 3x, right? 3 times x and minus 6. 3 times negative 2. That equals minus y minus 4. Yeah, alright. Let's add 4 to both sides. Okay, that's 3x minus 2 equals minus y. Well, I'm going to to get rid of that minus, I have to divide by negative 1. And I'm going to do each term divided by minus 1, minus 1. And what I'll be left with is that y here, I'm going to rewrite it as, I'm going to bring that over here, negative 3 over 1x. And then my y-intercept is a negative 2 divided by a negative 1. That's a positive 2. So when looking at the slope of this, it's minus 3 over 1, which is the same as minus 3. And my y-intercept is that lonely 2, that plus 2. So going through step by step, or just starting from answer choice 1 down, are the lines parallel? Is the slope here the same? Is it identical to the other line slope? Are they equal? Hell no, they're not equal. Therefore, they're not parallel. And if your slopes aren't parallel, then you can't be the same line, right? If your slopes are different, when you look at the equations, they're going to have different constants, coefficients, I should say, on the x's, right? If lines are the same, their slopes have to be the same and their y-intercepts. Yeah, we got part of it, but not both, okay? So I can immediately rule out the same line. I only have two answers left, and I don't know what number 4 means. That's what we're pretending, right? I do know what number 3 means. So all I have to do is check if number 3 is correct. Are the lines perpendicular? Because if they are, that's my answer choice. If they're not, it's wrong, and then number 4 is the only answer left. Therefore, it's the only thing that could be correct, because I've ruled out the other 3. So let's look at these slopes. That negative 1/6 and that negative 3. Perpendicular slopes, right? If lines are perpendicular, you know their slopes are going to be negative reciprocals, right? This negative part means opposite signs, right? And the reciprocal means that the numerator and denominator are switched, right? They flipped in a sense.
Bronx line, please.
Sorry about that. So if lines are perpendicular, they're supposed to be negative reciprocals. So in this particular one, they are not negative reciprocals. They don't have opposite signs, and in fact, they're not even reciprocals. 1/6 and 3/1, different numerators and denominators. So we know the lines aren't perpendicular. The only thing that they could be is answer choice number 4, is that they're neither perpendicular or parallel. Thank you.